back to part 2 of Sons of Hodir, doing the quest line to go ahead and get your quest, to get your rep. So we go into the cave, we kill our Jogmars, we find the bear here, as you can see. He's on the ground. Simply just hop on him and you'll ride him straight out, pretty much back to camp. Very, very, very simple quests, and then you can go ahead and turn those in. Not too difficult, pretty straightforward. As you saw where the cave's at, it's not too far from the chick with the bear, so you'll be able to pick that right up. And yeah, he'll ride you all the way back. Once you're done with that, go ahead and talk, like I said, turn in the quest, and you'll get your next set of quests, or quest. Again, if there's nothing here useful, especially if you're already level 80, by all means, remember to grab the best piece of gear that will sell for the most. The reason I keep repeating that on pretty much every quest video I do is because I don't know how many of you guys have watched my videos before, or if you've ever seen them before. See, I kind of started that early, but it's alright. Basically what you're going to do is just giving you some practice with your bear and how it works on this this guy here. Not too difficult. You just got to make sure you do enough damage and make sure that you're close enough. The charge is very, very useful here. It's basically vehicle combat, so it's not that horribly difficult. Just make sure you don't get him too far, as you can see there. Otherwise he will reset and you'll have to start all over again. Like I said, all you're really after here in order to finish it is to do a certain amount. If you get knocked off your bear, don't worry, you can still just pretty much attack him as normal and still can complete the quest. He just has to hit a certain health percentage, that's all. So it does not matter if you're on the bear or not. In fact, you might find it easier to stay off the bear. He does hit a lot, pretty hard, so if you're not a healer, you might want to keep it up there, or just go ahead and resummon your bear again when you can. Make sure you don't hit the back up too much again, because like I said, you don't want to reset him. Once he's, like I said, you just saw there, once he hits that certain amount of health, he'll go ahead and then you'll complete that quest and you go back to talk to the matriarch, and then you'll actually do some bear fighting. Yeah, you heard me right, some bear fighting. Pretty crazy, but it's true. So we go ahead and turn that in. A great amount of gold here and experience, especially if you're still not 80. So if you're able to come up here and do this, obviously if you're not 80, this will probably take a little longer than the hour or two that I said for the level 80s, but not a problem. Make sure when you're attacking these guys that they are your kills. When they're attacking each other like they are other ones, if you don't get to it right, you could pretty much reset them. It's not too difficult though. They respawn very fast, and they not always attack you right away, so it shouldn't be too difficult. If there's other players doing it though, it could be a little more long term. Once you're done with that, turn that in, and then you can go ahead and talk to the chick that we first talked to when we came here. She'll give you another quest, and basically you are nearly there. So all you got to do is fly over here to where the drakes are, and you'll turn that quest in, and you're actually going to fly this drake all the way over to a thing, and it's pretty much like the last test to be accepted by them. This is a taxi ride, so do not worry about it. See here, I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen. Basically, they're going to take you all the way over to this area here. You're going to fly up, and you're going to see a group of these drakes flying and some recruits on it. So what happens here is you simply are going to use the spear you were given in order to pretty much, it's basically like a grappling hook, and you're going to come up onto these drakes here, and as you can see, there's bad guys basically on these other drakes. You're going to use the grappling hook to hook onto one of the other drakes to get over there, and then you will actually fight them on top of the drake. It's really cool. And you can go ahead and actually kill them. Once you're done, again, you just find the next one and grappling hook it down and over there. The range is got to be fairly close, but not too close. as you can see there, as long as you can pretty much do it, and it'll pretty much tell you. It's very straightforward. And like I said, you just keep hopping from one to the other, and going about and killing them. Each of the drakes are at different levels. Some are flying faster, some aren't. Once you're done, you go ahead and just grapple hook one of the one of the little orbs or whatever there on the side when you're high enough, and that'll allow you to come up here to actually talk to this Titan, or not really Titan, but this guy here. He'll see through your disguise and everything, but that's okay. And he's going to talk a little bit about him and what's going on, and the guy who took over Ulduar. And this kind of explains what happened with Ulduar and why it's kind of been taken over and corrupted. And basically what you're doing here is helping out to try and get towards that. The quest, go ahead and listen to his story. You can read it if you wish, but you just got to read through it to hear his history and about what's going on and what happened and why he is where he is now. After that, he was going to give you a job to help out the Sons of Hodir. This is what really starts the quest chain, and this is what's really going to get you up to that Hodir rep. Basically, the Hodir, Sons of Hodir, are basically corrupted, and they need to be freed. So he's trying to make things right, and he wants your help to do so. So you're going to fly all the way down there, past basically the area where we've been before, right behind it, and that's where the Sons of Hodirs are, and that's where they're fighting. Now, you can actually fight these frost giants if you're level 80, obviously. They are 80 elites, or 82 elites, or whatever, and they can be fought, they can be beaten. I've done it. But you're going to find it much easier and probably a lot simpler just to use the stones like it suggests, and these are going to bring out some of the storm dwarf guys to help you out fighting with the iron giant, and then you can just pretty much help kill it. You do that for all 5 of them. Make sure you pick up plenty of the stones, because you will need it. Once you're done with that, you're actually going to fly a little further east, as you can see there, to where this forge is here, and that's where you're going to find this guy here, Forgeorn. You need to actually fight him as well, and again, you're going to use the stone, just like you did the others, in order to do that. Also, while you're here, and we're going to come back to it later, you'll probably find an item as you're fighting these guys of some sort of stone or whatever that will require the anvil, and we'll come back and I'll show you that. But while you're here, you might as well do it if you do have the stone. So make sure if you picked it up, or anything interesting you picked up and looks different as a stone, or like a corroded or corrosive thing, make sure you use it to get the quest, and then of course just got to use it by the anvil there, and we'll show you that here in just a second. As soon as you turn this in, you get your Hodir rep, and you're not very liked by them. You're hated, actually, until you do the quest. Excuse me. Until you do the quest that I just described, which I'll show you here in just a minute. But you will finally get your Hodir rep, and that's pretty much the quest line in order to get it. If you come back here with that piece that you found to the anvil and actually use it, and it does require some items to do so, so make sure you get the items. Once you're done with it, you can head and fly back to him, and you turn that in, and it's going to up your rep with Hodir all the way up to, I believe, neutral or friendly. It's a huge boost, and it was actually added by Blizzard to help with that. As you can see, I'm now honored. I went from hated to honored, just like that, and that's going to help you out a ton. It makes the rest very, very simple. If you head back to the cave area where we were before, that's the actual Sons of Hodir place. There is a flight point here. As you can see, there is a the quest giver here, the turn in, that is for your relics of Hodir. So if you have any, that's where you can turn them in. They give quite a few bits of rep, and so go ahead and do so. There's also plenty of quests here and repeatables to do in order to help get rep that you will probably want to do as well. I'm not going to show them here, but they are there. And then of course there is the flight point. So if you've had the flight point open to Ulduar and you can never figure out why can't I fly all the way up there, that's why. So that's pretty much all we got here. That's Sons of Hodir. That's how you get the rep set up. Just get the rep that you need to so you can get those enchants. He's got a lot of other good stuff too. So until next time, guys, thanks so much.